The push to have a definition of Islamophobia, I get the impression it's coming from the militant campaigning Islamists who actually now want to have leverage over how much they can get away with.
And I think you see that if you kind of look into the meat of the Islamophobia bill itself. There's talking points in there about Kashmir and, you know, Muslims wanting some kind of independent nationhood. So if you have an issue with slogans like from the river to the sea, or you have a difference of opinion on the future of Kashmir, these are literally Pakistani talking points, and we're importing them here and trying to pass them off into law. And then basic things, for example, I critique the religion because that's the religion I was born into, and if I am stating a fact verbatim from the Quran or the Hadith now, that would deem me Islamophobic and make it illegal. So you've got Muslim prominent Islamist scholars and Muslim, they're called the Dawa people who, you know, proselytize religion on YouTube and things like that. And they openly say things like, Islam is an expansionist religion. We want Sharia in the UK. Our loyalty is not with Britain. If I repeat those same words, their talking points, I'll go to jail.
I've spoken to many Islamists myself who talk about the Ummah comes first, that being a Muslim is important, and actually we don't belong to a state or a country or a continent. We belong to the religion of Islam. But I'm very, very concerned about the sort of people who are being dragged in or invited in to help construct this legislation. It's only about Islamophobia when this is the conversation we need to be having, because all those other religions, frankly speaking, are not trying to harm us.
And I think, as you mentioned, alluded to, the timing is highly suspicious, that just when we're getting to the root causes and as a society we're moving towards being honest and frank about what happened over those 2-3 decades with these white working class girls, so much of it comes down to religious justification that these perpetrators were clearly voicing, and they're well documented in the victim survivor stories. And just when it's, you know, we're getting to that stage as a society, suddenly this bill comes down to put a legal muzzle, if you will, on all of this kind of talk. So if I state that these men actually had a different view of these girls, that can be found within the Quran itself. They were inspired by that. They were quoting Quranic verses to these girls as they were beating some of them, trafficking them, raping them. But yet now the Labour Party is trying to push this through and silence not just people like myself who speak out, but reformers and, most importantly, victims.
Nouria, thank you ever so much. It's so good having you on. Do you know what's going to happen, folks? Everyone's going to watch Nouria's brilliant interview and think she's such a class guest. You'll see her all the time on Talk Now. The other presenters are going to steal her off me, and so they should, because she is such an important voice, a very brave and intelligent young woman.